after the Bucks had given up the 8-0 run in 40 seconds and the Pacers walked off the Bucks. Out comes a fan onto the court holding a towel and waving it in front of Giannis's face. It's a towel with a picture of Tyrese Haliburton. And I kept waiting and waiting for the guy to get tackled, which is what you see when people are illegally and mistakenly on the court or on the field of play, except after a game when in college or in other places, people storm the court or storm the field and rip down the goalposts, and then it's a security nightmare, which as a host of an event would be my second worst nightmare that could take place at a game. Third worst nightmare that could take place at a game. But after this playoff game, there's a bunch of people on the court. There's total mayhem. And Giannis, who is not a small guy, is looking at this person who's waving a towel on his face and basically saying, yo, you better not come near me. And wouldn't you know it, it was the father of Tyrese Haliburton, who was approaching Giannis to rub Giannis's face in the loss that just had taken place in what to me is a wholly inexcusable behavior. Obviously, it became an issue. There were scrums and pushing and shoving going on after the game. Giannis, who is a gentle man, almost coming to blows with one of the Pacers players, Benedict Mathurin. But let's hear what Giannis said after the game about this, because you're going to be interested.
Losing the game, emotions run high, having a fan, which at the moment I thought he was a fan, but then I realized it was Tyrese's son, which I love. Tyrese, I think, is a great competitor. He was his dad, sorry. Coming in the floor and showing me his son a towel with his face. This is what we do. This is what we effing do. This the F we do. This. I feel like that's very, very disrespectful. I'm happy for him, and I'm happy for his son, and I'm happy that he's happy for his son. That's how you're supposed to feel. But coming to me and disrespecting me and cursing at me, I think is totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable.
There is no scenario where Giannis is not in the right here. So much so that after Giannis had spoken to the media, Tyrese Haliburton spoke to the media and acknowledged, plain as day, my pops, he called him, his dad was in the wrong. And he is speaking to his dad, had spoken to his dad to tell him, stay off the court. When good things happen, I'll come to you to celebrate. And then Haliburton said that he will speak to Giannis and apologize. But it's not enough. I'd like to live in a world where apologizing is enough. We have a problem. There is a problem when you are at an arena where there is such access to players, there's such access to the court. It's the same thing that happens when you go to a show with a comedian or you're at a Broadway show where you feel like you deserve to be part of the action, as opposed to a paying customer, an observer of the action. As president of a team, I still felt I was the observer. It never would have occurred to me to enter the field of play, even to defend my players in a situation where I felt they were wronged, or to celebrate in a situation where there is excitement or an outcome that you did not expect. A couple things are going to happen. Number one, the NBA is going to speak to the Pacers. They're going to speak to Tyrese Haliburton, and they're going to speak to Tyrese Haliburton's father. It would make sense if they suspended Tyrese Haliburton's father and did not allow him access to the next game. A one-game suspension is more than warranted for Mr. Haliburton in this case because of his behavior toward Giannis. And I'm not even talking about the swearing and the disrespect and the gloating. I'm talking about court access post-game. You have got to enforce the rules that it's the players and the staff who are on the court. Hard stop. Does the NBA have the guts to do this? Because the Pacers are going to enter into their second round against the Cavaliers. Game 3 will be in Indiana. And in my mind, the NBA has plenty of time to announce this level of discipline. And it should not just be a fine of the Pacers organization for lack of security. It should be this suspension. It is something that we talk about pregame before every game. You rehearse and you go through drills about what to do with people on the field, but you're generally planning for drunk people running around, not hurting anybody, but running around for attention. I can tell you that I never once had a plan for what would happen if a father of an opposing player would come on the field. It didn't even occur to me to discuss that with anyone.